Sumreen is crossing the streets with her white cane. She pays attention to the clicking sound as it changes. This is how she knows if she's walking on grass, ceramic, or cement. She calls this cane her best friend. She depends on it a lot, as it protects her and guides her wherever she goes. Sumreen Siddiqui is blind. So now you cannot see me, right?
No.
No, not shadow, nothing?
Nothing, no.
Can you perceive any shape?
No, it's hard to do that.
What are you perceiving right now?
Like if a person is standing, I can sort of have an idea of like sort of something like how tall they are in comparison to me, you know, if they're taller than me or shorter than me, something like that.
Do you remember how you look like?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I do, yeah.
Sumreen looked like any other little girl. She went to normal Canadian schools wearing heavy prescription glasses. Sumreen has a rare form of eye cancer. After many chemotherapy treatments and radiations, doctors removed her right eye. Her left eye remained seriously damaged. Even if she had completely lost her sight in both of her eyes, Sumreen would still wear glasses.
If you picture safety goggles that people wear when they're working in a lab or something like that, so that's sort of the concept of my glasses. And the glasses I wear have the moisture chamber on the left side because that's the eye which I have light perception in.
After the diagnosis of her eye cancer in Pakistan, her father decided to move to Canada.
I was thinking in myself, if I don't move, I'm going to feel bad myself my whole life if something go wrong with her. So that was a big decision in my life to take it.
Sumreen's father never regretted his decision. He is proud that his daughter is now working at the Canadian National Institute for the Blind in Toronto.
Second floor.
Sumreen teaches Braille and computer skills to people who have experienced vision loss. She also teaches them daily living skills like cooking and ironing to help them gain their independence and live like they used to. Today, she's teaching her student Renelia, who recently lost her vision, how to make macaroni.
Yeah, Renelia has actually worked through the basic cooking skills and now she's on to more advanced skills where Renelia, you made a cake already too, right?
Yeah, last Friday.
Sumreen also works with colleagues who do have vision. Together, they observe students and share notes at the end of the day. This is Suzanne, her co-worker.
Sumreen runs the peer support group, and I think it's really good for her to be running it because she has experienced a vision loss, and so she can relate a little bit more, you know, when people are first going through their vision loss and there's still a lot of grieving and there's still a lot of anger. I don't think that anybody who doesn't have vision loss can really fully understand.
And they don't fully understand. Sumreen does. She knows about her students' frustrations and challenges in learning again the simple tasks they once used to do easily. Now, everything has to be done in the dark, from ironing pans to chopping vegetables.
Okay, Renelia, if you think that's all mixed, then you can add your macaroni and mix it together too. Yes, you can chop up green pepper and put it in there as well. Yeah. Generally, they know where things are. We have Braille labels, so Renelia is just almost completed learning the Braille alphabet. So that's something I can test her with sometimes. You know, if she'll ask me where are the oven mitts, I'll say, go read the label. Okay, Renelia, how's the mixing coming along? Good.
I'm enjoying steering her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I have to watch Renelia sometimes because what was it the other day? We had somebody else observing and I was teaching her Braille and she was asking the other lady, she goes, oh, do you know Braille? Can you tell me what this is?
Sumreen teaches her students how to read by guiding their fingers across the Braille scriptures,
So right now you can feel
feeling every dot and every raised combination.
So that's dot number 1. That's the letter A. Reading with your fingers is not something you normally do. Going through this whole process where you're feeling the dots, you're feeling the dot combinations, it's going to your brain to decipher what it is. Okay, it's dots 1 and 2, so it's the letter B, and then you say what it is. So it's a bit of a process.
A process that takes a lot of time and dedication. It's almost like learning everything all over again. Sumreen feels she's lucky to help those who experience vision loss to lead normal lives and do everything they used to do, but a bit differently.
in the way that I can, am contributing to Canadian society, just by teaching people that are experiencing or have experienced vision loss to become independent or regain their independence. So I feel that it's something positive that I can offer.
She also has a very positive attitude. Sometimes people even forget that Sumreen is visually impaired, especially since she uses a lot of verbs like see, watch, observe, look, and supervise.
I am currently supervising a student teacher in training. So I was telling somebody recently about her, and she said, "Oh, so what does she look like?" And so I think I said something like, "I'm not sure. Nobody has described her to me." And even then, this lady felt really bad. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have asked you that." And I just tried to brush it off, trying to make light of the situation because it's something natural, and I don't take any offense to it.
And she doesn't expect to be treated differently either, or for people to open the door for her, or even to tell her what time it is.
I'm about 6 minutes ahead, so.
Another one of her best friends, her wristwatch.
There's different alarm settings. I could set it like that. Like the rooster or like that.
In fact, technology helped Sumreen tremendously to gain her independence, and she also relies a lot on her other senses, like her hearing abilities, especially when she heads home.
Normally I'll stand close to the bus stop, and then when the bus stops I ask the driver, and then they'll tell me whether it's the right bus or not. And because I frequent this route at this time, the driver usually say, "Okay, come on," because he recognizes me.
Straight up, love.
All right. How are you?
Good. First seat on the left there.
Thank you. Well, what I do usually when I get onto the bus, I ask the driver if there's an empty seat. So then, if there isn't, then they usually ask for somebody to give me a seat.
East side stop, Bayview Avenue.
Memory is a big thing. It is very important because, say for example, even something simple like my route home or my route to and from work, I have to be constantly aware of my surroundings.
East side stop,
because if I take a wrong step, or I'm not paying attention to which way the traffic is going or whatever, I might be in trouble.
Sumreen walks with confidence, almost at the same pace of a sighted person. And when she gets home, her mom and dad are always there to greet her.
She is independent, no two ways about it. Yeah, she always, taking care of herself. She go by herself all the time. One time I asked her, I was doing something, and she said, "Listen, Daddy, I teach that subject, so don't worry about me." I let her live by herself one time, and her mother was not happy with me because she was living by herself. I said, "No, she has to stand on her own feet." I'm so proud to her. She gave me a lot of lectures. But she's always, if without her, I don't know how I live myself. She's fantastic.
And his love for Sumreen was worth the move from Pakistan. And he recognizes the importance of being in Canada and giving Sumreen a second chance to be herself and to be independent.
To live independently in Canada is it's quite easy to happen, but I don't see that happening in a country like Pakistan. Everything like traveling independently, employment, things like that, practically speaking, it would be a very different experience.
Canada is a beautiful country to live. This is the best country in the world, I would say. And one time I was having a discussion with her, why don't we move to America because you can get more money? But she said, "No, I'm Canadian. I like to serve my own Canadian people."
And she never felt she was treated differently by her own Canadian people, neither because she's visually impaired, nor because she's a visible minority. Sumreen often jokes about how she wouldn't know anyway if people are giving her racist looks because she's dark-skinned or because she's wearing the Muslim headscarf. But at least that barrier falls as soon as she steps into the Canadian National Institute for the Blind for another teaching day, as her students don't know what she looks like. It doesn't matter to them anyway.
All right, good job.
Yeah.
So that, Renelia, is that okay for you? Like, it didn't bother you, didn't irritate you?